Second.
Okay.
See if we get him on. Jonas is he has a fever and did not feel well, so he couldn't join today. But we're three of us.
Hey, three's a party, right?
Yeah, exactly. So,
I
how are
wanted
you?
to thank you guys for taking time to speak with me today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Um, First of all, I want to congratulate you on Imperial Dawn, a great album.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
I wanted to ask about the recording process. How did it go this time around for you guys?
It took actually quite a while since our last album, Icebreaker, was released. Exactly when the pandemic hit. We waited out a while to see how the things would turn out in the world and everything. So we took kind of a break there for like half a year or something. But then it turned out that everything was closed and it was going to be closed. So we started to really easily and started to write new songs and try something new, and said that now we have time to really figure out our sound and details behind it and everything. So me and Jonas were working in a kind of different way, more closely together, sitting down with just a guitar and not in, different studios, just, so physically sitting beside each other and writing the song. So we found a new style and approach to, try to work for every detail on every song. And that worked out really good. And then we first made like 3 songs and recorded them and mixed them like a demo to send out to different labels and stuff like that. And they said that they liked the sound, so after that we recorded them again in a better sound. So it's been a kind of a long process, but we feel really happy about the result.
Yes, the results are great. It's a great album from top to bottom. It's hard for me to pick a couple tracks to talk about because I enjoy every track on the album.
Oh, thank you so much, so happy to hear it.
One track that really stands out to me is Horizon. I wanted to know if you could speak on that song.
hmm yeah, it was I think we had written like several really fast songs, the faster ones, and we were like, okay, maybe we should do something. It's more kind of a slow beat, but not take it down too much. And we had kind of since the previous albums we had kind of more folk influences, and we thought that it was good to not skip that altogether. So we felt like, okay, maybe 1 or 2 songs from that we could incorporate this time. So we sat down and we felt like it would be cool to have a really slow and soft start of the song, pump it up afterwards after the intro. And I think it came out really good. I think me and Jonas had great influences from the previous album for a song like that, and we really wanted to have the guys sing and have something like that to make it a good live song. So Christopher have been singing a lot on that one. Many tracks with the backing vocals. So yeah, it worked out really good.
And another one of the tracks I wanted to talk about was Light Up the Sky. I think it's a great representation of the album. And
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted to ask you about the video as well. How did it go?
Christopher.
Uh, how did it go? We wanted to have a little bit of a higher production value this time with a video. So we contacted an established videographer, what do you say? And together we came up with the concept of the video and just went from there.
We really wanted to, before we had not so much of a budget as we had this time, and we really wanted to have more fire and sparks and more fast clips between each other and everything. And we worked with Ove Lingvall from Nocturnal Rights, who has been working on really big videos before with like Sabaton and Hammerfall and stuff like that. So it was really, he knows his stuff. So he made a really good video together with the Light Up the Sky theme, together with all of the fire and everything behind it. So I think it worked out really good.
I wanted to ask you each, what was the hardest tracks for you guys to lay down as far as getting it right in the studio and the final production of it?
You take it.
Absolutely.
What was the hardest song?
The hardest, I Am the Drummer, and I believe the hardest song was Rage and Madness, because it's so fast and you really got to just play and play. It never stops, and it a lot bass drums, double pedals. So yeah, that was the one for me.
Yeah,
I can easily say that.
We're living together, and then we have the studio, right next to this room, and he was like paddling along like all day long. And I was like, okay, I really started to get annoyed about Rage and Madness, right?
Yeah, I need to play through many times as well. So and practice a lot for that song.
Yeah, so that was quite a hard one for, I think, everyone, because it was kind of a different style than we had done before. It was much faster. I'm singing in a kind of a different way with my melody. It's more like, I'm not saying going over to rap, but more fast lyrics and more, not so much melody. It's just pump it forward. So yeah, it was a challenge, but and we really had no idea how people would react. We thought that was going to be the one that people maybe would not like so much, but according to all the reviews, it's one of the top favorites for like everyone. So maybe that's a good approach to keep going.
Yes,
forward.
yes, it is. But I don't want to play it live at all. But maybe I have to do it anyway. People want it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you if you could speak on the album artwork and the artist that was involved in the project.
Yeah, it's Jobert Mello. Again, a person who has worked with like Sabaton and Primal Fear and stuff like that. He has worked with us before. Also the previous album, I think he did. The cover art and booklet. And we have a really good like relationship. He knows, right away what we're aiming for. We send over like a preview on a really basic picture of what we're thinking, and he came back with like this amazing artwork. Who really, incorporate the whole album with the songs and everything. I think it is a really good look to present the album as a whole. So I'm really happy with the outcome there, and felt really good right away. It was not much changes. It was kind of a straightforward, like this is a good picture.
It was a good match with the music as well, I think.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to ask you if you could give me a band history lesson and let me know how everyone got together to make this a reality.
Yeah, I got together with Martin for like 10 years ago, and he and his brother Jonas, who's not joining us today, already had a band, and just like 1 year after we went together, I got to be the singer in the band or something. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And we sang more like, played like more rock and roll kind of style, more to AC/DC kind of stuff. And I didn't really feel like the songs were speaking to me so much. It was not my style to sing. I know that Jonas is more of a, pure heavy metal guy, more than, the rock style guy. And one day we just sat down, us three, and thinking that, okay, we might have to change direction. We might have to write the thing that's really close to heart for us. Me and Jonas are working good together, but I think we can work much better if we do with the influences we have and listen to as well. So we decided to, scratch the band before and make a new band. So we created Ruxoria, and we needed a bass player, but we found Christopher, and he's a guitarist. so we got to be two guitarists and no bass player still after 7 years, but it's working out. And yeah, we are working really good together. We're like a family, all four of us. So many bands are like, changing lineups and changing members from time to time, but we are really eager to, stay this way, and because we like, you know, this group so much, us working together, we have a perfect mix, and that's maybe why we are also we're not so eager to find a bass player, even if we might want one for several reasons. It's more of a, we don't want to change the dynamic. We don't want to find a person who can, you know, make it harder for us to work in the way we are working. So that's might be the biggest reason we still haven't have a bass player.
To me, it's the biggest reason actually.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone to split the group or something,
Yeah.
split the music or whatever.
Exactly.
I also wanted to ask you, how did the name come about?
Yeah, we were me, Jonas, and Martin were bowling with the family, and we didn't have so much to do that night. So we were starting thinking about, okay, if we're gonna start a new band, what should we name us? And we had kind of a problem with the previous band, that a lot of other stuff came up when you were searching for that band, you know. So we were like thinking we should have a name that, you know, is only us. When you search for it on Google, you should only get our band. And Jonas said he likes the letter X. He wanted to have an X in it, and we decided to, you know, try different type of names. And we like to have just one word. And we like to have an A in the end of the word, so, you know, it's more of a feminine touch of it, since I'm the singer. And after like 1,000 suggestions, we found Rexoria, and we searched for it on Google and YouTube, and we couldn't find anything. It was no results for it, so it was like, okay, this is perfect, because now when you search for Rexoria, it only comes stuff with us. So that's the story.
Yeah. Kind of random.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask each of you, when did your development start as an artist, and at what age did you begin, and what influenced you to hone your craft?
Kristoffer kan börja.
Okay. Well, I grew up with both parents listening to hard rock and metal, so I always liked the music. And at around the year, I was like 14, 15 something, I started to play guitar. And I really loved Metallica back then, so I played a lot of Metallica covers and stuff like that. And that's how I got into it, basically. And yeah, I loved it, so I'm still doing it.
Yeah, my brother is Jonas, who is the second guitar player in our band, and he's older than me. And yeah, he really showed me the bands like Saxon, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and so on. And he played the guitar quite early. I started play the drums around 10 years old. I was 10 years old, I think. And I played to the songs in Iron Maiden songs, and yeah, the band I told you. And we started to play together as well, and started some bands in many different constellations with many people around. And yeah, I've also been doing that ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I come from a bit different background. I started to sing when I was like, oh, it sounds so cheesy, but when I was 6 years old. But it's what kind of there. But when I started to sing, and I joined, you know, like competitions, singing competitions and stuff like a kid, and really liked it. And then I started something we have called music school. Music class. Music class.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like music every day together with the school from a really early age and up to high school. And then I went to another musical high school, and have been singing a lot of musical and pop songs and stuff like that before. And it was like when I was 17, I found metal and hard rock through a friend of mine in school, and I really liked it. And I really felt that I I hadn't found my voice in the pop style. It was like, you know, I have more of a dark voice, more raspy voice, and all the other girls were singing so clear and cute, and I did not. So I was like, I might find another genre to sing, you know. And then when I got together with Martin and started in this band, it was like, you know, it clicked. It was like, okay, this is what should have been singing all along. So yeah, pretty nice to have found it later in life, you know.
I also wanted to ask you, what's the best advice you've been given along your journey? And what's the best advice you'd give someone coming up in the music industry?
We're kind of in a place right now where we really have to pep each other. We're having kind of a hard time with, you know, finding shows and everything, and are a bit low feeling right now. So first, that, you know, help each other, give each other support. If you're in a band, of course, if you're a single artist, you might have to, you know, get help from family and friends, but still find people who can, you know, bring you up when it's down, because sometimes it's really hard, and you can be really discouraged, and you need some good friends and people around you to, you know, pep you up and keep believing in you, you know. And also, this business is really hard. It's like, it's massively hard. It's also very kind of a not business in a way. It's really much, you know.
It's hard to make money.
Yeah, it's hard to make money, and it's a lot of, you know, people who know people, and if you don't know the right people, you can't get into the places you need, and it's really hard work. So the best advice, even if I'm really bad to, you know, stick it to myself, is to, you know, try to keep on working even in the hard times, because there will be many hard times, but the great ones will also, you know, be so worth all the trouble. So, you know, try to keep up the work through every day and year. Do you have anything?
I agree with you totally. Yeah, we live together and we talk a lot about it, so it's kind of my words too.
I also wanted to ask you, what's the best way to get merchandise from the band and to get a physical copy of the CD?
We have a web shop at rexoria.com, where you can go in and buy both the vinyl and CD and shirts, and you can also get it signed if you want. If you just write in a message box,
yeah.
We will send a signed copy if they want that. So just rexoria.com, or get in touch through Facebook. We have our name is Rexoria on Facebook as well, so it's really easy to find. So otherwise, it's possible to get it.
Have them too, right?
What is it?
Most major record stores sell them too. So
yeah, exactly. So all the big record stores, and online you can just type in Rexoria and you will find a lot of stores that sell the CD. So if you want it signed, go through us. If you just want to buy it, it's possible to buy it like anywhere on the bigger sites.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you each, if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
That we are so happy that they're still sticking with us. Since we have been taking a break for like 4 years, we're so happy to see that they are all so eager to have us back, and we can't wait to, you know, head out on the roads and see everyone again. It's been too long since we played live, so we're so eager to get back and meet everyone and talk to everyone, and really grateful that they have been listening to the album so much as they have. We can just look at the numbers on Spotify and stuff like that, and we're so happy for all the support. So a big thanks to everyone.
Yeah, and also those who have been buying stuff on our web shop. It's a lot of CDs, vinyls, and merch. That's really good, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna, and really happy about the response for a new album. Really thankful for everyone listening to it, and hoping to see them on the road soon.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to thank you guys for creating a great album from top to bottom. It's very immersive. I feel it's your best effort to date. And I think that it just leaves you wanting the next one.
Oh,
It's-
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And please feel free to update me with any new news as it comes about so we can get it out there.
Of course, we will let you know as soon as we have any other news.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. And you guys have a great rest of your day, my friends.
You too, you too.
Thank you, you too.
Have a great
Thank you for having
Sunday.
us.
Cheers.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers. Bye.